And we're live. I actually figured it out for once. Nice. And I got the right screen on the first attempt. I deserve a fucking medal. Hey lads, how's it going? We're live, just so you know.
Okay.
I didn't fuck up for once. I got the right screen and my mic's on. So, you know.
Speaking of magic cards, look at these. Look how big they are. Woo!
That's nice. Oh yeah, I remember when they did those big sets. Tips, by the way, have you checked your title and shit like that?
Yeah. I restarted the stream. It's session one,
sweet.
baby. Yeah, no, it was completely wrong, so I turned it off and then reset it. You know? I wasn't gonna talk about that.
Well, I wanted to because when I reopen Twitch, it still says chess time to learn chess.
What?
I suppose I should probably open your stream, shouldn't I?
Viewers are nice. Is it still wrong? Because I just tripled updated.
I haven't got enough screens to open your stream as well.
It's fair.
I've got loads of screens open. I've got my screens are cut into 4 at the moment.
Well, I have 5 axes, so you know.
Well, I've got 2 screens on this.
Don't
computer.
try and out-X me, mate.
But I've got Blizzard's website open because BlizzCon starts later on tonight.
Try me one more time, I dare you, and I'll make a barbarian instead. Try and out-X him.
Anyway, lads, so let's go around the table. Let me double check OBS, see if it's not crashing, because that's always fun. I'm having loads of OBS issues this week. So
you are an OBS issue. What?
So we have our 4 players. We have or 3 players and me. We have FunkeeMunkee, Sola, and Vulcan. So we might as well start from left to right on my screen. Funky, how have you been? And for the week, I know you've been having some troubles.
How have I been? I've been poorly. So yeah, unfortunately we didn't do any streams this week. I'm super tired. It might be the vaccine, it might not be, but hopefully normal programming will resume from Monday.
Good.
But we'll see how I feel. At the moment, I'm struggling to stay up for 10 hours, and that includes obviously a day's work. So who knows? But yeah, I made a special point of coming for today.
Yeah, because I'm that important.
Yeah, let's go with that.
Yeah, it's the internet books, you know. You know the millions of internet books I pay you all in. Anyway,
I'd like to see a paycheck soon. Yeah.
Yeah, like I want British pounds. I don't want no euros.
No, it's internet books. It's different.
I see.
No,
British
internet
pounds.
books. I don't believe in the British pound. That involves import tax. And
It's the strongest currency, the strongest. I'm gonna shut up now. The single.
You lost your point.
So hi there.
I just tied my tongue up.
But yeah, out of we're 5 days into this week, and out of those 5 days, I've worked 4, and I've been streaming 1, which is very sad. But I got through 2 very small games that are only really out on like itch.io, small demos, which is very fun, interesting to see. I'm really hoping for the next week to just get some more streaming done, more weird, small, wacky games, or bigger games like the Riftbreaker or Ruin Arch, as I did earlier too. But yeah, other than that, doing pretty well, I think. I hope.
Well, that sounds good. Yeah, I've missed calling you a pastry every day. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah, true.
It's a good it's how I know I need to go back to work, and I'm gonna procrastinate for 20 more minutes. And Vulcan, you've been progressing quite nicely in your game. How's your week been?
It's been alright. I haven't got as much work done as I wanted to, but I put that down to everything currently going on in the world.
And NASA. NASA was a big one yesterday.
Well, yeah, and
that was incredible.
Distracted by NASA on yesterday, so.
Okay. Yeah. we got through that way faster, way more efficient than I expected. Jesus, you are on it today. I'm the one fucking keeping up the show.
Still don't have a name. Okay.
Yeah, well, you gave me a name 20 minutes before we started. And...
Well, to be fair, I gave you a name when I gave you my sheet, but.
Well, yes, but you said that's not my real name, so don't want the others to know. And if the others saw the stream, they know your name.
We've had multiple conversations where I've told you to put that as my name, but that's fine.
Okay, well, I'll fix it by next week. You can introduce yourself. So for anyone,
every time I introduce myself, it's going to be a different name.
Yeah, but that's the point. So Anyway, for those who don't know who we are and haven't joined the Discord, join link below or ! Discord on stream. We're building this story based on the world of Theros. There's a massive, I say massive, it was like a pager of background history of what this world is based on. And before we, if you want to know more history about the world, it's all there. But for a quick summary and to start the game for session 1, none of these players know each other. We had a quick session last week, which some good things, some bad things, and hopefully we've resolved most of it. And we're going to have a better show today. We've already got some production increase, so I'm just going to start and stop rambling. Our story begins in the world of Theros. This might not be the story you know about this place. Over the last 150 years, there has been many changes after the Long War. The old gods have been forgotten and left in favor of the new. Creatures once feared and even revered have now been labeled as myths and legends, from the mighty Minotaur to centaurs to mermaids and even the Kraken. Though many islands are not yet known and not many people have travelled to them, if at all, the people still don't believe that these ever existed. The only remainder of the past is the stories before the war and the trophies many have on their walls that the general public believe to be fake. We now join our soon-to-be adventurers in the Slippery Nipple Tavern. It's a fine place that can house many people with good food and ale. On the walls is modest paintings of patrons and old owners and of the town, and stuffed heads of werewolves, naga sea witches, mermaids, and a man labeled as a centaur on the wall. In the right, oh my god, I need to write stuff properly. But on the right side, or inside for now, is a few sailors and fishermen eating and chatting amongst themselves at some tables. There is a gnome sitting in the corner, keeping to himself, not drawing any attention, just quietly in the corner having a drink. A dwarf talking to John, the tavern owner. And our last adventure, Adrin, is nowhere to be found. And then some time passes because I forgot to write that into my script. Adrin just arrives as he walks in the door to see all of these things inside the Slippery Nipple. What do you do?
Hi.
Whoa, what's with your mic?
It should be fine.
Okay, there you go.
Okay, cool.
You're back.
Fixed it. Yeah. I
If
need
you
to use
log
the
into
mute on Discord.
Roll20, you'll see the map. This town is called the port city of I found this one. So Imstrail.
Can you put me there?
You have not moved my character either.
Wait, for fuck's sake.
I'm sorry.
Oh yeah, helpful if I moved as well. Yeah, you should all be there now.
Aha!
He's both in there.
I can see it now.
It hasn't reloaded, so I don't think so.
Your character.
Oh wait,
Tavern.
there we go. Thank you.
Okay. So the tavern is located near the public docks. Funky is having problems connecting, which is great fun. No, it's down here. We're down here near the public docks, between the public docks and the foreign merchant. It's a decent. It's a decently
on stream.
Pardon? I know.
You might want to show this.
Yeah, it's a fair point. And then I'll turn on the dice cams when we need to roll. But
somewhere in the public docks.
Yeah, you're between the public docks and the foreign merchants quarter. You're around here. Many establishments around the area, but you're in John's Slippery Nipple. You did notice, yeah, around there.
About there, cool.
Yeah. You've walked in, I presume, looking for work.
Yes. As with every tavern, head up to the barman.
He is currently engaged to a dwarf, talking to him. And what if anything is a dwarf saying to John?
Yeah. Okay. Well, keeper. I would like to strike a bargain with you. I have a good keg of ale, and more to come if you're willing to pay.
Pay? What sort of bargain are you looking for? We have fine ale here, and he just starts to pour a pint out of like a keg he has nearby.
Ah, you do indeed have fine ale. But the ale I can bring you is from one of the very top guilds of this land. Have you ever heard about? Have you ever heard of Als?
No, no, I have not.
No,
we
you have
import this fine ale from the other side of the island, and we've had no issues with it since. What makes yours so special?
Well, if there's anything to go by, the guild is run by dwarves, and dwarves are not only good warriors, masterful craftsmen, but also quite the drinkers. So if you your tavern can keep up with the way dwarves are drinking, you surely should want our ale.
Do you have any on you? I can't simply just forgo the ale I've been providing to my patrons for over 50 years for ale I've not tried before.
And this is where I tippity tap dance and look at the DM and ask, do I have any ale on me?
Well, you have a brewing kit, and from the hit back you gave me and we discussed today, you are a salesman, traveling salesman, so you'd have a small, it's like a 1 pint. Do you know is it St. Bernard's that they where
Yeah,
have a
something
little
like that,
cask.
yeah.
Yeah, so you have a little cask that size.
jacket and it's got loads of casks hanging.
Yeah, basically you've got loads. You've got like 2 or 3, and then you also have a brewing kit on you, so you could potentially brew him a sample if you didn't believe your little kegs would be, or
True.
casks would be big, but you would have some on you, especially because you're from your backstory, you are somewhat of a traveling salesman who wants to become a head brewer, so you have
True, yeah.
of both.
I look back at the at John, and all I have right now would be one of these, and I tap like on my backpack where one of these casks are hanging,
Yep.
full of ale. And then on the other side of my backpack, I tap like my brewing kit, and I can of course make more if needed.
I go, well, come on, take it out. Come on, we must try this. And he goes, and he points at the human. He looks like a bit of a sailor. He has a captain's hat on him. It's a red quarter cloak. Am I right in saying that, Catherine?
Maybe a half.
Whoa.
Sounds like he's on the open seas.
Yeah, it does sound like he's on the open sea. And he goes, you will try this, and you will tell me which is better. So he takes the cask from Eberus. I'm gonna have to mute you slightly. He takes the cask from Eberus.
Of course, like taking it off and stuff like that.
Yeah. And he pours in another drink, and he puts the 2 tabards. What are they called? What's the? Oh, I know this name.
Yeah, tankards.
Tankards. Tankards. That's what he takes. 2 tankards, and he puts them both under the counter, and then pulls them out after mixing them up slightly. So only you knowing the colors of them. Adril. I know Adran. You would know, being here a few times in the past, as this is one of the largest port cities on any island. Which one might look like, but you're not too sure, and you're just given these 2 beers to taste, and you have a dwarf staring at you, and John, the tavern keeper, staring at you too while you go to drink these. And if Eberus, I'll let you roll for the quality of your beer, and I'll roll for the quality of my beer.
All right.
So I'm going to turn on your.
Do I get any additional bonuses?
No, but you got a fucking 19, so it's gonna be damn good. It's on already. Yeah, see, I'm smart. So
of course it's gotta be the good. Like, come on. It's from the Guild of Owls. Of course it'll be good.
So the first beer you try is really good, and the second beer you try is basically it's a little bit worse. It's not to your but you can see its qualities as well. You can describe that as you please to the 2 people staring at you.
These be nice drinks. One on the left, I like. One on the right, I also like. Herby undertones. But doesn't taste of swamp water compared to river water, if ye are be understanding. And I prefer the river water one, but the herby undertones be to some liking, but not mine.
I love it. Great advertising. Come and drink our ale. Tastes like swamp water.
John looks at you going, yeah, but which one would you pay for?
Well, they're both free. I don't have to pay for any of them.
And he kind of looks at you and goes, good point, good point. Yeah, you seem to have quite a good product here. And he takes the one from you that John takes one of the glasses from Adril and takes a sip of it himself, which is your beer. Oops. Obviously Adril doesn't know which is which. And he goes, it is very good. Now look. This could have just been your best and your finest. And he looks back at your backpack, which is now like on the counter where you were taking everything out, and he goes, if you can brew me another batch of this quality, we might be able to have a discussion, as we are struggling to produce or get enough ale in here in order to keep our patrons happy, and we're losing business to some of the other taverns down the road.
Oh, well, why didn't you say so? If ale is what you want, I can set you up then. The thing about brewing though is I can make you a batch if you have a barrel, but it'll take some time to get ready. I might, however, be able to find someone from my guild who can send you a barrel or two to sustain you until my next batch would be ready.
He's like, no. I know it takes 30 to 40 days to brew ale, which I think is about right when you take in maturation.
4 to 8 weeks.
Yeah. So, 30, 40 days. That's the same.
Yeah, ish.
Yeah, ish. So he's like, I understand it'll take time. No. And he points back at your little brewing kit and he goes, no. You will produce it from that, and it shall be the same quality of this, and then I shall take orders. You do also have, just as you're aware, your guild has been trying to get more of the islands recently. You're mostly from the mainland, and you do have a very small guild house just on the outskirts of town that you can get people to produce beer from or make orders and stuff, but you're here to help push the sale into the town, so then you can maybe make some more money and then build yourselves a proper operation down the road. But for now you just have a really small shack, so you do actually have a place nearish by.
All right, John. All I would need is for you to point me in the general direction of somewhere where I can buy just a few herbs. Then I'll make you your batch, and as soon as you approve of it, I'll make sure to keep you sustained until, well, either your patrons grow tired of beer, which is a rude thing to be, or yeah.
He goes, yes. Okay. And he goes, right. You're going to make this downstairs, and he points to a little trapdoor sort of behind the bar, which you presume it's a trapdoor there. He's pointing towards the ground, and he goes, right. And he tells you directions to well, I don't know what herbs or things you need. You can get barley and wheat from here. The freshest water would be got from X. So if we look at the map, it'd be about somewhere in 7, which is the Temple Mount. You'll get your barley. There's some barley growers up there, which would be the expensive barley. You'd know that, even though as a monk you would know that temples, they don't sell things cheap. They're quite greedy. And then
there's an island not too far from here that has lots of barley on it.
No, that story doesn't exist. Then he points you to parts of the artisan quarter for particular berries, if you were looking for berries or spices, because there are a lot of the expensive herbs and stuff like that could be there, and he kind of just tells you random facts about where things would be in town, but more than what you might need, but he gives you all the information you're looking for. Adrian or Ibris, do you have anything else to say for a second?
Not really, no.
Okay.
I think I'll just be moving my way downstairs to set up
and stuff. Yep.
Yeah.
And as you're packing up your stuff, take they're talking about the beer and stuff like that, and stuff like that, the door crashes open and a man comes in, and he's covered in some fur, but it's fluffy fur. It's kind of funny looking. You aren't too sure what it is, and he looks distraught, and he just turns around and goes, John, I'm really sorry, but all my rabbits have disappeared. I won't be able to provide you with any more rabbits for your pot for a long time. We need to figure this out. Like I've told you, we've been having troubles. There's been some like broken fences and one or two rabbits, but they're all gone. They're all gone. Like there's some tracks, but they're all gone. Like it's out in the forest somewhere. I try to follow them. We find people, and he's really, 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 really panicked. I can keep rambling if you want to, or if you want to interrupt or stop or whatever. But he's super, super panicked. He's like,
I want to know more.
Yeah, he's like, so we need to find someone. Like you must know someone. Like you know I'm good for the food. Like because you know I'm good for the food. Now what he's wearing is a paddy cap, but it's got like a hole in it. He's got like the standard like patch sleeve or patch. Yes, patch elbow jumpers, but like one of the patches is ripped off. His trousers are like the stylish ones with the holes in them, which make no sense to me because why would you want holes in your trousers? But nonetheless, he doesn't look like he's very well off as a farmer or as a person. He's like, look, I'm good for the food. Look, I can get there, but you need to send someone to me. Like I'll pay them well. I'll pay them like. And he looks in, he starts feeling. I was like, crap, I only got like 20 silver on me now. Fuck, I meant to bring like the 50. Fuck. I was like, just if you find people, send them to me. Like I'm gonna go back to town now. And he's like, obviously he doesn't have a watch, but he goes like, it's I know it's early afternoon, but if you can send someone by tonight, I'm gonna try and see if I can find more clues or chop. But like I don't know any of this. I need my rabbits. Like I just got the food, and now I can't pick. Like if I can't sell you the rabbits, I won't be able to get the food. Like I'm in trouble. The rabbits, where are they gone? Why are all my rabbits gone? And then like the rabbits, and then it's like they thought it was the fox, but we killed the fox. And he's like, but like where I live just on the edge of the forest, and like there's some like with the forest, like there's all, like those weird creatures in the forest. Like I don't like going in the forest. It creeps me out. Like all those old myths about like the pixies and the fairies. Like I don't want to deal with that shit. I give them their sacrifice. I leave them out their barrel of mead all the time. Like I just don't want to go there. I'm like I can't do it. Like, and I think the tracks go on there, but I don't really know what I'm looking for. Like I've only got a handful left, and I need them to breed the rest of them. And it's like, oh god. No, that's as much rambling as I got.
I hardly realize that this is going on because I'm packing my own stuff and I'm like kind of concentrated on doing good for my guild.
Yeah.
Thereby kind of rushing downstairs.
Cool. Yeah, no, that's fair. Adriel, if your microphone is, or do I have you muted?
Nope.
You came in looking for work, and that was your own words that I put in your mouth.
Yep.
Do you?
As long as the only words you're putting in his mouth.
Fuck off. Oh god, we're not even 10 minutes in, and we're already making dick jokes.
I didn't say it had to be a dick.
Well, you implied it. Anyway,
no,
he did offer money, and if you do talk to John about work, he's going to point you in that man's direction. But he said if you have any questions to John about it or so on and so forth. John also looks a bit distraught because he doesn't have a lot of like that was one of his suppliers of food, because they have a few chickens and they have rabbit, which is one of the most plentiful meats in this place. And you would know from being around here for many a time that rabbit is one of the most common foods out in this island. Sorry, excuse me.
Rabbits be common. Has the guy left?
He's still if you want to interrupt, he's like panicked and he's like marching around at the door, kind of going, do I go back, do I go forth, do I go look for another inn, because like John's one of his mates, or you presume, like from what this looks like is like this guy is, after coming into town, going to the one inn he knows well, or he has a relationship with, because he's like, give him, like, I'll be good for the money, like just like help me out, like I will deliver your order, I just need help finding the rabbits have disappeared, I don't know where they are, and so on. If you want to give 1 second before you reply to that, the gnome has been in town for the last couple of weeks, and while he's been there, he's been scoping out various things, looking for like nobles maybe he could rob, or nobles he could like to pull tricks on, or townsfolk he could pull tricks on, and like injustice in the town, looking for like maybe like food that's not being given to the poor, or like stuff that's going rotting to threaten the poor, and so on, so forth. The he found a couple different things out, and some of them, not only, but over the past few weeks he's been in town, he's heard many rumors of a lot of the rich in the nobles' quarters have been throwing massive parties over the last few weeks, and they've been leaving their kids home alone. They've been like not feeding them properly, and they've been like basically just being terrible parents. And like when they're leaving their kids at home, they've been going to these parties. They're leaving their houses unprotected because they leave the doors unlocked and some of the windows unlocked because, well, they just think that there's nothing's gonna happen because they're nobles, and crime is low-ish in this place anyway. It wouldn't be any higher than any other massive port city, but they think because the kids are home, nothing's gonna happen. You've also heard a lot. I'm gonna try and speak slower as well. You've also heard of like some wolves in the forests and wolves around the area that may be like upsetting some of the woodland creatures as well as a lot of the farm creatures. Mostly there's like a handful of sheep and cows and lambs. There's not very much of that. The majority of the farming is agricultural, so you have grains, flour, wheat, barley, and then there's a couple of poultry farmers, which are chickens and rabbits. Rabbits is a big industry on this island, and there's about 2 or 3 massive players and a couple of smaller farmers that you've found out through your few weeks here. You've also like heard about some lost treasure. Now this treasure is something possibly to do with the Long War. So this island is quite well known for the war and wars in general because it's always been a neutral island. In the nobles, not the noble quarter, what is it called? Let me double check the name of it. Now the temple mount and stuff like that was the site in which the 2 kings, or the king and the general, signed their peace agreement. And this place has been used on multiple occasions for different, like, various tribes on different islands and stuff like that. They've all signed peace treaties on this island because it's been so well known for being neutral in a resolution. So there is a notion or a thought that 1 or 2 of the major treasures or magical items or something along those lines has been lost or hidden away in this island in the last couple of years of the war or just before the war. No one's really sure. There's lots of different stories, and no one's really, that they're all so like different that like the only thing is there is something along the lines of the war. The treasure has been noted.